Hello, my name is Ville. I play Insomnium guitar and
Niilo, bass and vocals.
are you watching, listening, GRIMM TV?
How are you guys doing today?
We're excited to do the interviews.
Yeah, pumped up.
Yes.
Have you recovered any bit from your, last week at 70,000 tons?
Yeah, a little bit, but still feeling it kind of in my bones.
Old men.
Yeah, a lot of traveling and jet lagging
Mm.
both ways, so it's not that easy.
Yeah. Well, but you had quite a good time there.
Yeah, it was a good trip. It's a nice festival, and everybody should go there. So it's
At
like
least once in a lifetime.
Yeah, at least once. It's non-stop festival for 4 days in a boat,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it is as good as it sounds.
And so one of your shows was quite late on the pool deck.
About midnight, actually it's pretty
Yeah.
good time to play there.
Yeah,
It's
the
dark
kind-
already.
Yeah. One of the shows was like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. when
When
was
we
in
were
the
first time there, yeah,
and there was a
late.
storm and I kind
Yeah,
of cocked up all the schedules so you couldn't play outside. So yeah, that wasn't great. Yeah.
Oh, good that it was better this time.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're mostly here to talk about your upcoming new album. I guess it's a bit of a redundant question to ask if you're excited about it coming out. I don't know. Were you like working on the album already for like quite a while? Like you released that EP, but like were you already working on this material, or did it come shortly after?
Yeah, I think like some of the songs were in some form,
Mhm.
shape
Yeah.
at that time as well. We just kind of like when the pandemic hit, just like what to do next, what to do. Like it was kind of middle of the touring cycle still. Like there's few tours, but one of them got cancelled just when the pandemic hit, and then just like it's just write stuff, and then we kind of started writing stuff, not really think about like what the next album will be, and like we've been doing few interviews as well, and we did release, and this was kind of asked previously as well, but we had quite a lot of ballads or these sort of slower soft songs, and then we kind of ended up doing EP out of those as well,
Yeah.
just to kind of empty the ballad tank, give room for more stuff.
Yeah, we kind of never stopped composing, and of course I wrote the short story, and then we had kind of a basis for the
Yeah.
mood and atmosphere, what's it gonna be like. So it became quite dark and cold material, in Insomnium standards at least.
Yeah.
And you say you wrote a short story. Like, did you like really write the short story with the intention for it to be like Insomnia material?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
it was done for this
Yeah.
purpose.
This makes me wonder then if you kind of sort of got a taste for this after the Winter's Gate thing, where you also turned one of your short stories into music. Did that sort of come from like that corner, or?
Yeah, I guess like in the sense that we've done something similar previously,
Mhm.
kind of like playing around with concept.
Yeah, and concept albums are cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I had this idea of this story and concept, and first talked to the other guys, and I had this idea in my mind. What do you think about it? And they kind of showed the green light at that point, so I went on and wrote the whole thing, and
Yeah.
and they still thought it was cool when they read the whole thing. So
Yeah.
here we are now.
Yeah. I guess like I was at one point I was thinking like, are we gonna like do the same thing as we did with the Winter's Gate
Mhm.
and so on? But then like, not that many people are doing or using this sort of combination of like
Mhm.
writing longer stories, which Niilo can do, and you can think about like you're kind of repeating yourself, but like repeating yourself to some extent give you the sort of trademark and your sort of identity and personality.
Yeah.
So I guess we're kind of into longer songs and progressive stuff, and you know, we can do this kind of things. It's natural.
Yeah, if we want, and
It's
if
some
somebody is
style.
not that interested in the story and lyrics, they can just enjoy the music. And
I think there's no expectation to, you know, it can be enjoyed as purely as music, or people can just read the source story if they don't like our music.
Yeah, that's true.
So options.
Yeah, like you said, it's indeed true that like with a lot of concept, or there's not a lot of concept albums that come with like an actual like story you can read while listening to the music or something like that. There's not a whole lot of bands that do that, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I kind of like, we kind of this sort of, at least I come from this nerd background of reading fantasy novels and then comic books and then this sort of like, not only music but all the sort of like written and visual art as well. So it kind of appeals to me, kind of have that sort of imaginary and the words and stories aside the music. So I guess it kind of caters that sort of audience as well.
Yeah, it comes really naturally for us because
Yeah.
we are interested about that nerdy stuff anyway.
yeah, exactly. And then collecting stuff and then, you know, having some physical copies of vinyl or whatever.
And designing these cool vinyls and art books, it's that we are really into it and we
you
like
get
to make
kicks out
them
of
cool.
that. Yeah.
And well, as a fan, you kind of get a kick out of that too. I remember the Winter's Gate like edition. I got the one with the art book and story and stuff, and then it's just so cool to just go through while you're listening to the music and stuff.
Yeah,
exactly.
So definitely, it was our own idea. Like it wasn't that the guys in the record company wanted you have to make some expensive package again, but it was our own idea.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's a bit of niche, but like you're kind of like making content that is sort of relevant for the music and not just making content that is, you know, shit, you know, online or whatever.
You also like say that like you could say like you're doing sort of like the same thing over again, but I feel like it came across that this time you approach it a little bit differently, since with Winter's Gate it was more, if I recall right, like really like chapter by chapter that you were telling, and now it's more like songs that tell about parts of the book. If I got that right.
Yeah, it's a bit.
It's less linear in a way. Like Winter's Gate is sort of linear story.
Yeah, but
As a
this
song
story
and
has
music.
these backflashes anyway, so
Yeah.
it kind of gives also the room how you arrange the songs, because the chronological order doesn't have to be the same. So you are right.
Well spotted.
Well spotted, sir.
And well, I guess in a way it's a bit more easy marketable compared to the
One song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember last time when Winter's Gate was number one and we're listening to this radio charts program and they never played it. Insomnium was number one, but we're gonna play number two, which is Chlamydia. I'm like,
you can just blame yourself.
it was our own fault.
Yeah, like I guess like this type of music you don't really think about like it is going to be commercial success. So at least nowadays it's just like, you know, do something that people find interesting, and if they hope that they buy it enough and they buy CDs and buy vinyls and stuff, and sort of support that there's continuity.
We do stuff that we think is cool, and
That's
if
it.
people like it, then good.
I also read in the press release that this time around, like the writing process was like a bit difficult. I don't know if you want to elaborate on that.
Was it?
I don't know. I haven't read the
I haven't read the press release. I don't know if it's especially difficult. I don't know.
I don't know if it's just not to the sort of pandemic things and stuff like
probably,
that.
yeah.
So of course it's sort of, you know, there was times you couldn't travel. Like I was living in the UK back in then, and it was impossible to travel or
Yeah, we did 4 music videos without you because you couldn't come to Finland.
Yeah, and that sort of thing. So it was kind of difficult to you couldn't get to the same room, and everything was just like bleak in terms of like no one knew what's gonna happen in the future, and you can't really predict. So, like now it kind of feels like it was such a long time ago. Like things have really returned pretty much normal.
Yeah.
But like I mean like that in that sense, like getting started and actually to know what to do, and I think we were a bit of the time in a sort of limbo.
Yeah.
Waiting to see what's gonna happen, but then get vaccines, things started to open up, and you know, okay, there's probably gonna be tours and things happening, so let's just plow on and do an album.
Yeah. When I read it, I just made me wonder if it was anything like beyond beyond that, like
just the kind of general pandemic stuff.
Besides like writing it sort of a little bit different from when you did this kind of thing last time. You also have a couple of guest appearances this time. From what I recall, that's not really something you've really done before.
Well spotted. Yeah, we have rarely had any guests actually.
No.
Julius Naveri on the 4th album.
Yeah. And we had like Antti from Nomina doing few crawls on one album, like 2006, like About the Weeping World, I think, but not a lot. So it's been really minimum. With the Johanna Kurkela with the female vocals, there was a sort of Markus Vanhal's composition had female singing sample, which was kind of essential part of the song. So we want to do that like properly, and that's sort of like that was the incentive to get a female vocalist.
Yeah.
And I met Johanna and then Tuomas Holopainen in London, and I used to live there, and then they were recording stuff. So I kind of had Johanna's email address, and I was kind of like giving them tips what to do and go and see about. So I remember like, okay, I could actually ask her, and then she said yes immediately, which was great, and it turned out really great. She did really phenomenal job.
Yes. She's a great vocalist to have on your album.
Yeah, definitely. And then we had Sakis from Rotting Cries. So I think it has sort of like the working title was Sakis for that song because they had sort of
Sakiksen hivutus.
Yeah, Sakiksen hivutus. Yeah, which is kind of hard to translate into English.
Yeah.
In English, but anyway, it had that kind of bit of Rotting Cries feel to it. Markus knew Sakis on tours with Omnium Gatherum and just sent email and asked if he would be interested in, and he was super positive, and also recorded some stuff to be in the video as well. So it was like it went beyond our expectations. So it was, you know, really great to collaborate with these guys. And
we all have already in the 90s we liked Rotting Cries, so it was really cool to have him on board.
Yeah,
can imagine so.
Yeah.
Now. With well, it's easy to make comparisons to Winter's Gate in this case. Like back with Winter's Gate, you did extensive touring where you played the whole album, the whole song.
Yeah.
Is there any such plans this time to basically kind of like tell the whole story? Not really.
Let's see.
We haven't really decided on that yet. But like, it could be a possibility because you know all the songs work live. We played them at rehearsal place, so that could be an option. But like, we'll see how we feel about that.
With Winter's Gate, it was the only option. Play the whole thing or not.
Yeah. We did play like
some parts,
of the chapters and
like
some feels, but it was kind of weird. So we didn't do that often. Yeah.
I don't know if there's any other like big plans that you can share already for this year.
Well, we have the US tour coming with Enslaved in April, co-headline tour. And I'm sure it's a good package. Both bands are kind of progressive, black and whatever metal.
Yeah.
So it's a good fit, I think.
Yeah, good combination, I think, and and then lots of summer festivals, more touring, autumn. So I guess it's just like promote the hell out of the album and do as much things we weren't able to do during the pandemic. So
Yeah, it looks like the world is coming to normal and we can tour normally, plan things.
yeah.
That's good. Now let's hope nothing else comes in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, there could be World War III and then
Or aliens
who knows
landing on.
with our luck. You never know.
Yeah, or like I've heard or read about quite some stories of people basically having to fight for tour buses in the States, for instance.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
because everyone wants to catch up with.
yeah,
Yeah, it is.
post-pandemic.
It is difficult, and that's why we're having a bandwagon in USA, which
sort of
it's
minibus.
cheaper.
Mhm.
Actually, it's all right. It's
Yeah,
basically just a smaller version of a bus, so,
Yeah.
but much cheaper.
yeah, but it's a kind of so many bands want to do touring, so there's so much demand. So drivers and
Mhm.
bus companies, they can hike up prices,
Yeah.
and then they made also loss or didn't make much revenue during the pandemic. So you know, it's fair to them, and but it's not that easy from artist perspective.
Yeah.
So.
And it seems that the buses are in really bad shape. Don't remember which was it, Dark Tranquility or some band that the bus was broken like 5 times during the tour. They had to change 5 times
Yeah.
the bus.
Yeah, it might be that they're just on the road all the time, so they don't have to have time to kind of fix them in between and do the kind of basic maintenance.
Fingers crossed that
Yeah,
you're spared from that.
yeah. So let's see. We can make a bet how many buses
Yeah, yeah.
you're gonna spend.
All right, guys. I think that's about it for now. Anything you would like to say or share still to kind of wrap this up?
Come to see the shows.
Yes, buy some merch, support poor musicians
Yes.
trying to make their living.
All right. That's
Cool.
good to talk.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.